old people, welcome back to Facts. I'm Reese.
I'm Jenna Gaza.
Tan.
Bentley. And this is episode 2. Sorry it's been a bit of a wait, but you know it's always worth the wait. Today's topic is cultural upbringing, which is what was voted on the website. So thanks to everyone that voted, that's been engaging on the website. Make sure everyone's liking and subscribing below, yeah? And make sure you're tuning into the website. All our links to everything's there. The profiles, get to know us, you know what I mean? Get interactive. You get me? But yeah, man, the response has been lit. So we're gonna be coming back. We're gonna be more frequent, and I hope you're ready, cause you wanted more. You get me? Today, what? Cultural upbringing. What does that spring to mind for you guys?
How did you get raised?
Old school, new school.
Beats.
I feel triggered. I don't know.
For sure.
No, that's definitely part of it still. It's a huge part of it.
Now that somebody must have got a wooden spoon.
Curtain wire and Scarlet.
Bruv, the
Curtain wire and Scarlet is what
I said Scarlet, you're a new gen.
My family knows there's one thing. My
wooden
mum
spoon.
always used to say, I'm going to burst your lip. She always used to say that and try to flip my lip and thing like that. But
100% got the wooden spoon. That was from my nan, innit? But one time mum was going wild with the curtain wire. What? Licking that in your back.
Oh shit, no, my mum used to come to you with a slipper and she'd make you go and get it though.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, my slipper. I'm trying to be like, no, it's not that it's there. You get me?
I can't remember
this one.
I can't remember the slipper when I was doing my homework and my mum would leave on site. On the table, you know, on the table when I'm doing my maths and English and that. If I'm not paying attention or just flapping around, she'd beat me with it. The slipper.
No, trust me, I had to a bag of stuff, man.
Yeah, that's
a bag of stuff. But I rarely got beat by myself though. Like I was always getting beat like with my cousin or my sister. Like we was all going down together. Do you get what I mean? My sister not so much. My sister would be on like me and my cousin can't like if one of us is getting lit, we're both going down in it. But my sister's on time. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved. Me. You get me? When she's getting licks and that, I'll be trying to save her. Like, Mum, you're gonna kill her. You was there, Mum. You get me? Like hero.
I don't miss beats at all.
My sister weren't coming through for me. Talk about I'm not getting involved. So yeah, shout out you, sis.
I don't miss beats at all. Them beats, bro. The crying that I had to like. Just giving them a flashback.
and if you're bawling, you make noise again, you get
getting
more.
worse.
What are you crying for?
Just running up the stairs.
It's actual
just
torture.
running, just running.
I'ma kill you, bitch.
Yeah, beatings definitely. It's up there.
I didn't get beat regular, but you see when I got beat, I held beats.
And then once the beating stopped and you're still crying, stop your noise! Yeah. You're still
Trust me, trying to hold in the sock. I'm trying to hold him in.
Me bring you in this when you take you out.
Still crying, you know. Still crying, bro. I just remember my mum used to, she had that, you know that look in her eyes, like you're going to get it. No, the look, the kill look. You know
that's the last warning, isn't it? That's the last warning.
One and done.
When you get that look, it's like, no, wait, change my vibe. Listen, but then the silent. Yeah, we watching me and you in it tonight. Everyone's there. Sorry, Mum. You get me? Tough love. You know I say it tough love. Yeah? But boy.
No, it's funny still.
Without them though, who would we be? Really?
Nah, real talk.
I needed them licks, man.
Because kids, obviously kids now, they don't get beatings, innit? So it's different. Like, they're more lenient.
The kids are beating up. The kids are beating up. I see some assholes, man. The kids are beating up. Trust me.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That's
when
true facts.
No,
Am I lying?
I don't know.
These new school youths, fam.
I don't know, man.
They
I
run
feel
things.
like they tell their mum, shut up, fuck off, this and
Right.
that. Go away, and they don't get nothing.
Listen.
And if I was to talk to my mum like that, at that age, cut off in my head, bruv. Like 15, 16, I could never tell my mum to fuck off.
No,
Yeah,
Do you get
that's
it?
a bit-
I swore at my mum
Do you get
once,
it?
and it was
But I'm saying that's what kids are on now. Do you get it?
And from young.
From young,
It's from young though.
talking to their mum like they're same age as them. Do you get it?
The thing is, how did you even get to that stage though? Even without beating your child,
Yeah.
Like, how
It's
do you,
just a lack
like,
of
them
respect,
levels of
man.
disrespect?
They
They
talk
do
to
this
them like
molly
they're
coddle
adults.
thing and they allow them, and then again, wake up one day and expect their child just to be an adult with manners. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You have to raise a child.
But that's where the culture comes in, innit? Because
Culture upbringing.
that is, there's certain cultures where
You can't.
your children ain't reminded. Like, obviously, I'm from a Caribbean culture, and I was constantly reminded
Manners and
we're
respect.
not size.
Hey.
Not even that, but we're not size. Remember that
Yeah,
there's
remember yourself.
just in
Yeah.
that sentence. You just remember yourself. You're
Yeah.
still smart in this.
That alone.
Do you get
that
me? Just
alone,
in that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
little
yeah,
things
yeah.
like that, they remind you that there are things that where you just can set the levels in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even just
Presence
coming in a
alone-
room and there's
presence alone,
too much
bro.
people, you need to just...
You need to leave
and
and be
you know
quiet.
what I mean? Like,
Be
As it
speak
comes
and
to
talk.
Seen and not heard.
Yeah, seen and not heard,
It's
bro.
true.
but kids don't have that no more. It's just
It's-
they
they
just cry
think
and
the same.
tantrum and just do whatever makes the
Yeah.
kids shut up from young. And then
Spoiled.
it fucks
They're
them up.
spoiled. They're spoiled. Like,
No discipline.
there's nothing. They just get
It's
given.
not- it's not-
They get
with
given
that,
what
yeah.
they get given what they want. Like,
Exactly, but with that, I wouldn't even say there's no culture upbringing in with that. I just say there's no upbringing.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
Period.
and you know it's a lot of laziness as
No
well.
structure.
Like people don't wanna, I don't know, people don't wanna enforce things on their children. They can't be bothered to enforce things on their children, and then you got this whole thing as well where people are feeling bad. But at the end of the day, raising a child is more than just loving it and feeding it. Do you get me? Like you have to instill these things in your children, otherwise, you know, children become adults, and these adults become these fucked up people that none of us
Exactly.
like. That none of us fucking like. These fucked up people. Why? Because nobody was raising them. Nobody was teaching them
No
no
one's
manners.
teaching them
No one was
this
keeping
from right, wrong
principle
from
and
right.
morale and all of them things there. They don't have them because it
It's just
you know,
expecting them to just know it. And then you just
doesn't
pick up bad
happen.
habits. You just pick up what you see.
From day, and that's my
I
opinion.
was just thinking
I'm
of something,
grateful
but I
for
can't
the
remember
licks.
what it was.
I'm
Yeah.
grateful for
Yeah,
this.
trust me, I am. And you know, like when after you get licks, yeah, and then it's like you gotta sit down and talk about it. Like, my mum was on this talk about shit for hours. Shit, like, you get me?
Have you
fam?
learned your lesson?
Like,
now?
you start, my mum
What
would
did you
start-
learn?
she would
Write
start
it
us
down.
from 6 o'clock, beat me till 8, then all till 2 in the morning we're talking about what I did and how it
The next
impacted-
morning, have you learned your
Yeah,
lesson?
like it was
Mum, I just woke up. What the
I
fuck?
just-
Dang, you get me?
Not
And
gonna
even
lie.
the conversation might even end nice, alright, night, and all that. Wake up in the morning, you think everything's all the gravy. It's
Still
not.
the same.
Tension.
Make I hear next thing out of your mouth today. My God. You start
Right.
talking about things that done happen already and you're bringing it right back up. So that's extra beats on top of that.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that one
I
was
didn't learn.
triggering,
I'm
but
not gonna lie. I was that
Triggered.
hard. I was that hard of his child. I just had to keep on getting licks until I just decided myself, enough is enough.
No, my mum won't
I
have it.
kept repeating the same thing.
But there's another thing I think that comes with discipline, that becomes how you raise your child.
Yeah.
If you don't teach your child that right, wrong, consequence and things like that,
Yeah.
then there's no actual, because you learn from what you feel, innit? Like I say it about my godson all the time, I'm like, if he's being bad, it's like you have to take away something that he wants. You have to make him feel that raw. When I did that bad thing, something that I didn't like happened to me. And my mum was on all of that from down to so my chore was to sweep the rug in the front room, innit? Like every day after school, like that rug, that was my section. Do you get what I'm saying? Every single day that I swept the rug was 50 pence. So at the end of the week, when it comes to pocket money and all that, my mum would be like, yeah, but Tuesday and no, but my mum was docking the pay, bro, because I wasn't sleeping 5 times a week.
She
Do you get it? She knew. So it's like, rah, you don't sleep on Tuesday and Thursday, you're not getting that. You know what I mean? So I learnt about if you don't do something, blah blah blah. So
It's no, bro.
like my mum will be like, not saying you're grounded and you're not going out. If my mum says to me you're grounded, which wasn't often, but I'm not going out.
You're done
My
out
mum
here.
told me I was
I
grounded
used
for
to
a
do
month.
the
I didn't
same
see
thing,
road.
Phone gone.
I used to do the sneaking out.
Sneak out where? You can't live here no more, bro.
I used to do the sneaking out.
Sneak where?
I actually used to do the sneaking out. And my curfew
Must
at
get
10, 9 o'clock, bruv. I'm getting in at 1. My mum would just be at the top of the stairs.
Nah, my mum won't hear
That's
it.
I had an incident like that once. Incident. Like, I buzzed in, I dropped asleep in it. And I was at the cinema or something, I dropped asleep. It was way past the time I was meant to be home. To see all the missed calls on my phone, you know, my heart was beating, I panicked. I got home. I took 1 box that day, boy. I took 1 box and that whole thing, you think it's
I
done
think-
the next
Yeah,
morning.
it's
I think-
It was never done. It was never done. Oh no, that memory stands
It's-
out in my head. Big time. Big time. 1 box in my
Monumental ones.
jaw. Boom. Boom. Sparked. Okay, cool. Say no
I
more.
think for me it was just like, I'd say I was holding lips from like when I was like 12. When I got to 15, 16, my mum couldn't do it.
What, so you only did a stretch from 12 to 15?
Yeah, I don't remember. I actually don't recall. I remember my mum shouting at me, but actually beating me and that. Nah, because I was just too much.
No, but so
I
I'm
had
saying about the
attitude.
slipper.
I had
It
attitude.
used to be on the hands only,
Yeah.
6 slaps free on each hand, and it would be like, yeah.
I had
And
too
if you
much
moved,
attitude.
you were starting that back from the beginning. It was one of those
I was
ones.
trying to-
Yeah. I was getting licked so
Right,
young.
My mum,
Yeah.
if I had curfew and I was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, I do remember her just not opening the door for like a good hour, like me banging on the door.
Wow.
She was
I
not
never
trying
had
to.
that. That was never a thing.
You
Like,
weren't trying to let
see
me-
what you're saying to me? That is wild. Me thinking about that at being at 15, that is wild. Fam, my mum's on this stuff like,
Oh,
okay, I've gone to
shit.
school, I've come.
Imagine-
Oh no, bro.
You drop it in the foot.
Oh no.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. The weed must have good. I didn't
So guys, the spliff dropped in the drink.
Time out. Pause.
And we're back.
We're back.
Sorry guys. Yeah. Sorry about that. I had a bit of an accident, but sorted. Anyway, back to our cultural upbringing discussion. We talked a lot about beatings. We talked a lot about all of that stuff, and I think that goes on to the subject of different generations. 20-year-olds, between 20 to 25, that generation. It's mad. It's different.
mad.
It's very different. It's different. Yeah, that one.
Why?
What years was?
I was
96.
1990, so
There you
proper
go. So
90s
from that
baby.
95 to 2000, you kids,
Yeah, you're not like us.
you kids are wild, and you 2000 plus. I don't know, like life's changing a bit. I can't say too much because this new generation now, alright, so that's a bit controversial.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna say is very controversial because there is a fraction of that 2095 generation that is so driven and they're entrepreneurs and they're doing all of this shit. They're changing the game. But there is another portion of that generation that is so left-sided and left way that I can't even.
I think that comes down to the difference in generations and the cultural upbringing. Because
that comes
if
to
we
upbringing.
had the same, it's about. I think that's about innovation, isn't it? And technology and stuff like that. Because if we had, like, we was born in 1990, yeah. So these kids that was born in, like, say 2000,
I was
that
born
are
in the
10s, 80s, what was you born 89?
Yeah.
Yeah, so same sort of thing. Same,
Yeah, but
same,
still,
but different.
80s is a different year,
He
man.
was raised in the
whole
90s.
different
He
year.
was raised in the 90s, innit? But if we had the same sort of like timing and technology and shit like that as well that these kids have now, just based on how we were brought up, we would utilise things differently. So it don't really matter of, like, I get what you're saying, but I think it all comes down to, like,
But I'm not even just talking about on an entrepreneur level. Like, I mean, like, this whole, like, even just down to embracing their black culture and these things. Like, it's just things that there's certain generations that didn't do. It's just sweeping out. It's just coming down differently.
Filtering.
But again, like I said, there's another fraction of that generation that is just so left-sided and left way that it's mad. So what I did say was very controversial. However, the generation thing is still mad. What I say between my generation and that generation again is also very, very different.
There's also a generation that has the culture upbringing, but obviously as you get older, peers around you, things you go through, that obviously goes. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's.
I think
it's
culture
kinda,
needs to be people carrying on culture, because culture is something that you learn and teach, innit? Like culture's embedded in like
It
what's
is
in your
a-
house, in your community culture. Like
That's
you've got
true.
black culture, you've got
Exactly.
Caribbean culture, you've got UK culture. There's different cultures that you have to pass on through generations. I wasn't born in Jamaica, but I've got a lot of Jamaican culture because
Culture within
what
you,
what my grandma passed on to my mum, what she passed on to me. But it's like as time's going on, less and less is getting passed on. Do you get what I'm saying? What do you think, like, our grandparents, like, how they would have been, like, growing up in our times, like,
Definitely not like this.
do you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't think-
Because how they grew is completely
Yeah,
different.
different. Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
complete
it's
leap.
There's a whole structure.
Yeah.
Literally a whole structure to that. And it's mad, like, you watch certain
Like,
films and hear certain things and
The
stuff
way they
like that.
speak and that and everything
Yeah,
is
it's
completely
crazy.
different. It's
So
like
it's true,
technology
things
and
do
that
change, yeah.
has a
Evolution,
big,
innit?
big part on what's happening like in certain generations now. But in that generation, can't imagine that.
I feel like technology's raising kids now.
It
Kids
is.
are raising themselves through
Well,
technology.
Yeah,
It is.
Like, whereas,
It is.
like, if the kid wants to learn how to cook something, they're going to go on YouTube
and
Yeah,
watch the
before they...
tutorial.
And that's where the culture falls
Yeah.
out of it,
Mm.
because how did you didn't learn your grandma's recipe, you don't know your mum's, you don't
And
don't
the
nothing
stories
like
behind
it's just,
them and...
it's just
You
like
know,
little things,
yeah,
back
I
in
went
the
on
days to go
YouTube.
here and grab this and
Yeah.
go...
I followed Sally and that's how I learned to cook.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, I do go on everything there.
Sorry anyone
yeah,
that's
but
called
at the
Sally,
same
that's
time,
what's
like yeah, we all revert back to those things, yeah. But again, at the same time, you
You've
had
got
that,
some
you
knowledge.
had that
Without
that
it.
instilled in you. You had certain things instilled in you. There's things from your family, not just only your cultural background in general. There's things from your family background that you will take and you will pass on to your.
Even down to when you bathe and washing your drawers and
It's
making
different.
sure you don't go sleep with dish in the
That's
sink
why the
and
children don't
little
know these.
things.
That's what I'm
People
saying. There's
washing
certain
their
generations that don't
People-
even know those things because they're not taught those
People
things.
washing
Yeah.
their dishes and leaving the
How
soap
many times I
on the
see
side.
kids leave their,
So-
their dish on the table when they're finished eating their
I'm
food? You
not
think
putting
as a
the
child, at any
Yeah.
age,
Yeah.
like any age, I could leave my dish on the table and walk
That
away.
means people, what's going on with the
Pardon?
dish?
What is it going to do? Yeah.
Wash up.
The fairy's going to come and wash up your dish. What's going to happen?
Word.
You can't leave your dish on the table. You have to empty that. You have to take all of it.
Put it in the
Children,
sink.
that's what I mean. It's just different these days. It's not the same, man.
I think one of the biggest
Yeah.
things is the back chat.
Hey.
The back chat that I hear these days,
Mad.
yeah,
Any
Is
kind
like-
of back chat was a mad chat.
I'm just like, I can't imagine even what it would be like if I
Listen,
did
when
this.
I hear back chat from the picnic them, I sit down, quiet.
It's mad.
Me observe everything.
And they
And
take
listen,
it.
my family members know me. Me quiet. You just look around. For example, go to your bed. But mummy. Pardon? Hold on. Nigga, I told you to go to your bed. What are you talking about mummy?
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who? Sorry?
Who?
But mummy, I'm not ready. Do you hear what I said? Go to your bed. You sound quiet. Quiet like a mouse. And then the back chat's coming, and then it's like you're arguing with the kids, and it's
giving
like,
them reasons why they must go to bed
sorry,
and
I told
negotiating
you.
with your
Do
children.
you understand
What?
what's going on here? Like, do you know
Never
what I mean?
happened.
Negotiating.
It's mad. Like, even when I'm out and about and I hear how kids, like, say if they want something on little sweet or something, Mum, can I have that? No, say I don't have the money. But Mum, I just told you I don't have the money.
You already knew before you get in the shop.
You know,
Embarrassing me. I don't have the little 50 pence for the little sweetie. Come on
Listen.
now.
Forget all of that. Back in the day, you already knew. Don't
Give
ask
the
me
one
for nothing.
look.
Don't ask me for nothing when we go in that shop. Don't ask me for nothing. You
On
already
the
knew.
way to the shop, listen, we're going in the shop, yeah? If you ask our blood clot thing, it's me and your ass when we go home, yeah? Alright, Mum. I don't even look at the shopkeeper. I don't even look at nothing in the shop.
You don't even want nothing inside. You don't even want
Every
nothing.
time you see something, your mouth's watering. Is that one piece sweet? Should I try it? No, let me not even look. Keep my eyes straight. Cut out.
I would ask my mum give me that same look we was talking about earlier. Yeah, just forget about that.
Or when you ask and they totally ignore you.
You know.
You heard me, right? Okay, let me just... I know
Shut
my
up,
barriers.
Yeah, that was,
You know
that was your
you're
answer. Yeah,
Let me
word.
leave it at that because the next one is a beating. Okay.
No response is a response.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, word.
Swear and all that, like, I definitely, could never
I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. Like, when it's kids and they say it for the one time, oh, it's a little funny, kiki, you laugh about it, but then
If it's
certain
innocent, not when they know what they're
No,
doing.
obviously, when it's innocent, do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, when it's innocent, yeah, cool, whatever. Or if they listen, so they're like,
What age
toddlers
people are you
listen,
talking
And they
about?
don't know what's going on.
and they don't know what you're
Yeah.
saying.
What
Like,
age
kids,
people are you talking here? Though?
like, little kids, this,
2s, 3s.
yeah, like toddlers, just
Fives,
listening to
even.
you.
That's
And,
just
do you know what
bad.
I
That's
mean?
just bad parenting.
But then,
When that's happening.
Shouldn't have even heard them.
Yeah, it's just saying.
But it
swear
happens.
words.
But it
It
happens,
happens.
do you understand
It
what I'm
happens.
saying? It happens. At the end of the day, we're not allowed to smoke around kids, but there's going to be times when a kid comes in and you're smoking around and you're like, fuck it, just one time you're smoking. It happens, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, where was I coming from with this now? Fuck's sake.
It gets that. It happened to me earlier.
The fucking weed, I'm telling
It's
you.
the yes. No, but the swearing thing's
Yeah,
mad.
the swearing thing's a mad thing still.
The swearing thing's mad. And
Shouldn't even be. The child shouldn't
This is
even
why
be
you
put
mustn't
in that
smoke
situation
weed.
to hear you swear or pick up any of them type of bad words.
it's not even that, because even outside of the house,
Yeah.
yeah, in school, your kids going elsewhere, but it's like,
No, but it should
You
be
to
at
me.
home. Yeah, at home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At
wow,
home.
it's established that you don't say those things.
Mm.
You get me? You don't, no.
You know the pattern.
You get me? It don't happen, man. That's all, man.
Regardless of, as a child,
Wow.
regardless of where I heard swear words, whether it was at home, at school, outside, or whatever, I knew.
You just
I
know
knew
when
already.
not
I
to
knew
say
that
it.
shit home.
Yeah,
I knew already. I'm not bringing that shit home. The fuck?
this is what I'm saying.
I ain't done
I
that.
used to-
The kids these days don't have that, I can't do.
Yeah, because they
Do
don't
you get
have
it?
no discipline
Can
from
run
young.
things, yo. it's
I
mad.
used to watch like
Same
films
thing,
and
what
that
I'm
weren't that I weren't supposed to watch, which are like 18 plus, and they used to have bare swearing in it. But I could never say any pick up any sort of lingo and say it with my chest. To my mum.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Never.
I could
Just
never
about
do that.
chest by accident. It weren't happening.
It weren't happening.
It weren't happening. I could drop down the stairs. You wouldn't hear me saying that.
Yeah, I'm too smart for it to even think it. Too loud. You know what I mean? Yeah, no.
Yes, I think it's parenting has like a big part in that though. Like with your child swearing and stuff.
Don't get me wrong, I used to be outside effing and blinding.
Yeah, but that's outside.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Not in
But
your house.
Not in your
I'm
house.
telling you, the first time I ever swore at my mum was when I moved out. That same scene. Like, I
you
swore
grown
and then I
up.
was gone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's like I knew.
You're a big girl
I
now.
must have knew, like, it's done now. I'm going to let it out.
You knew
Like,
you weren't coming back.
I couldn't.
No, but you already
Yeah, there was
decided.
no-
In your head, you decided.
Closure.
You were coming back.
I hit my breaking point, you get what I'm saying? But if I was big, I was 15, 16, do you get me? Like, wasn't no swearing in my house, bro. Not even one of them ones where my mum's in one room and me and my sister
My
are
mum can't.
swearing at each other. And my mum can hear us.
Facts.
It just doesn't happen.
Facts.
They're not even on the phone too loud. Like, do you get, nah.
What you say? Shut up, bitch. I can't hear you. Shut up, bitch. You better whisper the swear words.
That's just the beatings that it's long, innit? If you used to swear or do anything out loud, the licks you would hold.
You'd always know when's going to get you licks as well, though, but it's like, sometimes just for your pride, you've got to sacrifice it. My mouth was too, that's why me and my mum clashed, because it's like, she's outspoken and I'm outspoken, but she's in charge. So from, even if she's in the wrong now, because I'm proving you wrong, you're beating me because you're mad that I'm right. Because you can. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's still nuts, but even that is cultural upbringing. Like it's easy to talk about our culture, but you see, like other cultures, like I'll say white culture because it's not the opposite of black, but just to keep it simple, black, white. I'm from a black culture, white culture. I grew up in a pretty much white area, so it's like, not that I knew I was black, innit? Obviously I knew I was black because my culture was very much embedded in me, but it's like, when I went to school, it's me, Toby and Ibrahim, we're the only black youths in my class. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like me, and then next door I got Gary, Michael and Melissa, we're the only black youths on the street.
See, I didn't have that.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? I'm from Islington, like,
In my secondary school, for instance, I was in my class. There was one white girl.
yeah. See, when I went secondary school, even still,
Black.
I went to a posh school, but there was more black people there.
My school was mixed. My school was in Woodford.
Primary school for me as well was very mixed. I didn't have I've never been in a place where
You're the only black person.
Other than the work environment.
I literally was, like, at my house, my culture was still very much in me, and outside, I was still very much, my culture was embedded in me, but I was very much just around bare white youths, and I used to speak like a white youth, walk like a white youth, dress like a white youth, all of that, until I was about 19, before I started. Until my cousin started taking the piss, saying like, why do you talk like that? Do you get what I'm saying?
Would you call it versatile? Would you call it what?
I would say, when I was growing up, I would say white and black. Like, it was very much, are you sweet or are you safe? Do you get what I'm saying? It was very much like, have you got the white culture or the black culture? Like, black people trying to be, like, the white people that tried to embrace the black culture, they was wiggers. Like, see, like now, everything's different.
For you, would it be that you was a very white, because there is a very white and there is a very...
I was just exposed to both. So, because I was exposed to both.
It was versatile.
Yeah.
Upon reflection.
But it was confusing as well at the same
Of course
time.
it was at the time,
Because do you know what the confusing part of it was? It was the fact that I didn't have any. So it's like I had my upbringing. So that's where I saw my black culture. But a lot of my friends or people's houses that I was going into was white, because the other people that were black, that were my friends, had the same black culture where people ain't coming in the yard because no one went running through my yard. Do you get what I'm saying? So I had nothing to compare it to. All I knew was that I'm coming in my house and my mum's making things run a different way. But when I'm going around Jamie's, like, it's not like that. They're running wild up in there and they're having what they want for dinner and we're having tea. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of that impacted me a lot, because I was always going home like, but my mates have got it like this, my mates have got it. It was proper that for me. That was proper it for me. Growing up, it was proper it for me, because I'm going out and I'm playing out and I'm with all my mates, even down to I want to go park. My mum's like, no, you ain't going park, bro. I'm 13. What are you talking about? I'm not going park. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, all of that, and I didn't understand. I didn't get it, bro. Like, because I'm out here and I'm just like these lot. So why is it different in my house to that house? Even as much as I understood my culture, like, it was mad, but yeah.
Fuck you know, it's mad when you can look back in your little childhood life or your little upbringings and shit like that and actually laugh, and then look at today and actually fucking laugh again.
So different, no?
You have to laugh.
Literally.
Laugh, you cry.
You cry, you bawl. Or you turn fucking crazy.
Would you have preferred, like, if you could have chose to grow up in a different time with a different generation, would you have chosen a different one to the one that you did grow up?
I think I grew up in a very good generation.
That's
How in my generation, I think we went through the right kind of struggles, the right kind of good times. I saw that development in life, like you said, technology, things like that. I remember when my modem used to creak and I had to put my internet went off because my mum wanted to use the house phone. Like, things like that. You got to get me, like, real struggles. Get me? I remember when the first free camera phone came out and it was like this and it had the flip camera on the neck.
The happy slap phone.
I saw it the other day in my house and I was cleaning the phone. And still got through on there. I was like,
it was like this long. It's like a remote control and it had the little camera on top. I remember that. You get me? Like, I remember the transition. I remember the transition. I remember when one-to-one used to go down and used to be able to have free voicemail calls with your friends. Like, I went through a really good time. Like, these kids, they don't know struggle. They don't know innovation. They don't know making the most out of nothing.
Yeah, they lack imagination.
Like, of course they do, because like I said, we had.
Kids don't climb trees.
We had what we had. We had what we had, and that's what we had, and it weren't very fucking much. Yeah. But do you know what? We had the best times. I have the best memories. Do you get me? I think I'm very happy with the generation that I grew up in. You get me? I think I went through the right kind of periods in life, and I'm pleased to have been able to experience them.
Yeah, we experienced things growing up that kids.
I remember when Channel 5 came in.
But it was fuzzy.
4 channels. I used to have 4 channels. Remember when we used to get these adverts that Channel 5 was coming? Boom, we had 5 channels. What? 5 channels?
Come home and it's like, on, you know, like, what?
5 channels? 5 channels.
It used to be bare fuzzy, though, didn't it?
Yeah, always fuzzy.
5 was always fuzzy.
Hit the back. Maybe we have to put the hanger in the back of the TV for the aerial.
The big box TV.
All of that.
Recording off the radio.
All of that. Recording off the radio. And the fucking DJs talk over it, had to stop.
Stop.
Recording
Go
it.
back over.
Frisky DJ. Hold tight, Frisky DJ. Yeah. Frisky DJ. Yeah, man. Fucking hell.
What about you, Tanisha? Because you grew up in a It's not. You're not that. Your age ain't that
Yeah,
far
it's not
different
that
from us,
far,
but where it is.
I just about got that, just a little bit.
Did you used to play 40-40 and run-outs and that?
No, I
That's
used
what
to
I'm
play
saying. Did you know where your mates lived, or did you text people?
No.
Did you text someone to say I'm
I didn't
outside?
text.
Did you have a mobile phone at 30?
Bronx!
No, I'm trying to figure out that. What? I'm trying to figure out. You got me. Boogie's face is like, what did you just?
Speaking bare fast, chill out.
No, but you know what it is? These are the little things that differentiate the generations, though. Do you get what I'm saying?
I
You
used
see
to
my
play-
little
I used to
cousins,
play
they don't know where their
run-outs.
friends live.
I used to play run-outs. I used to have a youth club. I didn't have a phone at 13. No, my friends knew where I lived. I used to knock for my friends, and that was
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. Little things. Did you
Yeah.
still have that? That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The kids now, it's
Yeah.
like they don't knock for each other.
Text.
Just link up in the park. Yeah, text. Like you don't know your mate's mums.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? I had that. These kids ain't got that. I would never change mine. No, do you know what? I'm lying. I'm actually lying. I'm lying, yeah. I would change the generation that I lived in, but I'd never go forward in time. I'd only ever go backwards. I've always said I felt like I should have been born in like either the 60s, the 70s or the 20s. Like I would have liked to have been like lived in them sort of periods. Do you get what I'm saying? I know even all this. I'm not thinking about pros or cons. I'm just trying to think about that sort of time frame. Maybe that the 20s goes way back, but I'm saying it would have been a nice era to have experienced. It's completely different to all of that. But the 70s and the 60s, you'd be surprised it was closer to normality that we have now than you think.
Yeah.
Like my mum was born in 63 and her upbringing was soft compared to her mum's. Do you get what I'm saying? There was a big leap there as well. So I think that the 60s and the 70s, just the vibe of what the times was like hippie shit, like they would still taking drugs and listening to music and
So
having
you're
a laugh
saying
and
being
that.
born
But
in the 60s and raised in the 70s, or being born in the 50s and raised in the 60s?
I would say 60s and raised in the 70s.
Yeah. Because I say like mama's times are like,
Yeah.
those are still, I can say.
When my mum tells me
When I
stories about
reflect,
her at school, it's like
When
the same as ours.
Yeah.
Like the school my mum went to, she went Highbury Fields. That school's still there now. Do you get what I'm saying? Is that school still a school now?
Yeah, it is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
my
still.
dad was running the streets of Shakespeare. Like, you
Yeah, I'm
get me?
saying.
Like,
And when you hear their stories, it's not that different to our thing.
yeah. No, I feel you.
But yeah, them sort of times, I think culture was a lot more back then. It's just decreased as time's gone on, but it thrived in them sort of times because culture was what you had to represent who you are. You represented your culture.
Now.
Do you get me? Black people. It doesn't matter where the fuck you would have been from, London, Scotland, Birmingham. If you saw black people, culture brought you together, didn't it? Now, different streets. This street and that street is beefing. Do you get what I mean?
Like
them
them
sort
come
of
together
things.
when it's a death or something like that, or
Do you
they're
know what
trying.
I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Even then
different.
it can get mad.
It's all mad.
So yeah, I definitely go backwards, but not forwards. Like anything forward is just like, oh god.
Yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful thinking about. Stressful even living in it as an adult, let alone as a younger person.
Yeah, to see it and understand it and to think raw, and then to be a kid and not know no different and to be in it is
That's
Exactly.
a different
nuts.
thing.
Yeah,
Completely
it's
different,
just,
yeah. Our perspective and theirs.
So yeah, boom. So next subject. Difference in backgrounds. How would you not say the difference in backgrounds impacts? Not even impacts, that's not the word at all, but difference in backgrounds, difference in cultures. Where do you think, what bridges the gap between the two of them?
Backgrounds and cultures. Backgrounds could be poverty, it could be class, it could be... There's so many backgrounds.
Country,
It could be...
anything, yeah.
Backgrounds is such a broad terminology.
Let's break it down a bit then. So let's talk about wealth and culture, kind of thing like that, wealth and culture, country and culture. Like what we were saying earlier, innit, about Americans. And we were saying how American have kind of got an American culture as opposed to black culture is very different. Also, we're talking a lot from a black perspective. Obviously, that's what we know, innit? To get what I'm saying, we're not at all like discriminating other cultures. We'll speak about other cultures if and when it comes in. But yeah, obviously, we're all from a black background. I'm just throwing it out there, innit? We're not gonna. This is facts, remember. So I'm not gonna talk about I can't tell you about how John grew up, you know what I mean? I don't know. But, yeah, going back into that, yeah, so what was I saying? Different backgrounds, the American thing. Yeah, Americans, I think, yeah, let's talk about countries. I think countries and cultures mad. Because you can have the same culture and it's represented differently in different countries. Do you get what I'm saying?
You can have a country that is just solitary on culture. That country is built up on culture.
Yeah, like even they're down to their politics and everything's based on culture.
Everything is culture.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like in Jamaica, kids are learning their culture as you pop out of the womb. They're learning their cultures. When you go to school in Jamaica and stuff, you're singing every morning the national anthem. You're singing hymns out of the book. Like it's culture. So when you get older, you still know culture. Like
as well as education.
Do you understand what I'm saying? At the age of 4, a little yardie kid will tell you, "Yo, my national dish is this. My national anthem is this. My this." Do you understand what I'm saying? When you say that to an English black child, what do they say?
They don't know.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it again is about culture upbringing.
Yeah, and backgrounds, because the
yeah.
kids that are like that over here are the ones where the next of kin did have that different background of the culture. I definitely agree with that, because even down to, imagine this, yeah, so my grandparents and that were obviously in Jamaica, but there was bare kids. Some of them were born in Jamaica, but then some of them were born here.
Yeah.
So my cousin Khan, me and him are the same age, and we're both born here, both grew up here, but his dad spent his childhood in Jamaica and my mum spent her childhood here. And the difference in relationships and even the difference in the people, like my mum and his dad are proper alike, the same way me and him are proper alike, but they're so different because of the different ways the culture came across to them. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's proper thing, like when you look at it, it's proper thing.
Alright, so we're on quarantine now. Literally.
Quarantine.
So
Quarantine time.
How long have you not been quarantined for? Obviously, right now we're practicing social distancing.
Or whatever.
oh, this
We
is
are-
why I'm,
we actually
this is
did
why
say
I'm
let's have a
sat
bit of
here
space.
and they're there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Coronavirus! Coronavirus!
This whole virus thing, I'm not gonna lie, it's got me shook off.
I'm telling you, shit is real! Shit is getting real! Woo!
It has got me shook off, I'm not gonna lie, because this
Yeah, when I
man...
watch your snaps, I do think, right, I do get the impression that you're really afraid.
No, listen, me frightened, me not lie. Me frightened, because at the end of the day, yeah, Boris or whatever he is, he's pathetic. Listen, he is pathetic, because if he knew that there was such a serious virus out here, do you understand what I'm saying? He could have locked down the shit from day dot. I'm so sorry, key workers or no key workers, you've got military, you've got all these professional people that can stand in for key
They don't want
workers.
to spend the money though.
But they need to spend the money. You can't just not. You
This
can't
is
just
all
let,
just a scam.
You can't just. I cannot wake up every morning, bruv, and be hearing
And that's what they're trying to do. They're
RIP,
trying to
RIP.
inflict
It's not
fear on
good,
you.
blood.
Can we bear in mind,
They're
that
trying to
they were
inflict
just trying to get rid of the NHS?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're doing something.
Like, I probably believe in this 5G thing. We're not going to go
Yeah,
into all
trust,
this.
it's mad, isn't it?
It's the 5G
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but
trust,
yeah,
yeah.
radiation poisoning,
Yeah,
flu-like symptoms.
yeah.
Do you know what? How can we kill a couple of birds with
Yeah,
one
you're
stone?
saying, yeah.
Kill off the population.
Yeah.
The NHS, you know what I mean? And you got to even think about the domino effect that things have. Because you see, I saw a lot of posts today, that were talking about, I think it was Dave that was talking about, oh, everyone's saying, yeah, we got the NHS now, but as soon as all of this is done, it's going to be like, we're the same people that voted against the NHS and we're going to just drop them as they come. It will be a thing where such a monumental thing has happened now regarding the NHS. They put in all of this work, So when this coronavirus or this, whatever this pandemic is that it's affecting everyone, once it's done, it's going to be a thing where they can go back to this what the work that the NHS have put in is either going to be a thing where they're rewarded for it or the piss is taken out of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? But it will be something that it's reversed.
And it will be, and even then,
back to.
either way, it's going to be in government favour. Because if they boost the NHS, then it boosts their...
Whatever their
morale,
intention is, it will. Whatever their, because they've always got a long-term plan, innit?
They've got an intention.
They've always got a long-term plan, so it's just like little things you just got to see along the way and think.
I ain't fucking...
Trust me, it's mad.
That the news or whatever.
But we're still missing the point that you can walk outside and dead.
Yeah.
And that's what they want you to believe.
But you can walk outside and dead,
Yeah.
but they're making you believe it's
That's
the
what
coronavirus.
they want you to believe.
No, it's happening. People
Yeah,
are
obviously
dying.
people are
But they
dying,
want you to
but-
believe it's corona, but
Yeah.
it's not corona.
It's not.
It's 5 fucking G. Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie. I can't sit here and understand this 5G shit that everybody's
Yo.
talking about. I'm
No,
not
it's a
gonna lie.
mad conspiracy, isn't
I'm
it?
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Basically, let me break it down simply.
I'm
yeah?
not even gonna waste
It's
your
We've-
time.
mad.
No, but it's
Brother,
so simple. The
It's
5G things, yeah, it's just about the signaling for the phones. Why it's wireless technology, wireless information, internet. It's streaming data, radioactive waves. But these 5G waves are so strong, they fuck us up. Yeah, and what it does is radiation poisoning. It's too much. We're exposed to too much of it, and it's giving us radiation poisoning. But with the radiation poisoning, if you look it up, the symptoms for radiation poisoning are flu-like symptoms.
Yeah.
So we're all getting these flu-like symptoms. So they're blaming it on a flu, but these times it's for this 5G. What they knew was going to do this. What they've put here to do this. But they can't say, oh yeah, the world's overpopulated. 8 billion of you got to go.
Yeah, but
We don't know who it's going to be, but some of us, do you know what I
Well,
mean?
yes.
Russian roulette.
That's
so
what
you know
they
what it
said
is?
anyway. More or less.
Some people are dying, some people are ain't. The
Well,
recovery rate is high, but the reality of it is, right now, a lot of people are going to die, and some people are going to
Separate.
live, and it's
Yeah.
going to be blamed on this coronavirus.
Well,
but
that
just
needs to
know,
be into
sir,
some
it wasn't no
aspect.
virus that can't kill off everybody, yeah?
Basically
a 5G.
separating the weak from the strong, innit?
Yeah,
Basically,
and
that's
it's
what
even
they wanna
about
do.
vibrational waves, fam, because we are energy, innit? We thrive off of electromagnetic waves and all of that shit, yeah? So it's like, however woke you are, however, if you vibrate low, if you vibrate high, like even down to little things, there's a lot of, people are not just dying from corona, this whole epidemic, pandemic, whatever it is causing mental health issues, suicides, things like that. All of that comes down to your vibrational rate, innit?
Caused by Rona. Rona has stressed them out.
Yo, it's not
Rona.
I love it though.
Rona,
Caused by
5G,
Rona.
Rona, whoever fuck with Rona, make 5G
Rona,
Rona,
fam.
right? Whoever.
That's
It's
what they want you
stressing
to
out
believe.
people
That's
there.
what they want
That's why
you-
they might jump
That's
off
why
and
they
not
want-
kill off themselves
That's
and
what they want
suicide
you
up
to believe.
themselves. You understand?
They want you to be scared.
I'm dead.
They want you to be
You
scared.
know what? It's my
I'm dead.
birthday in May,
Yeah,
right?
forget it.
And no, I will not forget
bro,
it. No,
forget it.
I will not
House
forget it.
party, I go.
Party, I got one, and I'm in property.
No, but you know
Whether
what?
it's
I would
just
say
me
have
one,
it. Have it.
I'm
Because
having it. Do you
there's
understand
no
what I'm saying?
flipping-
No fucking pandemic, corona, 5G, pussy clot. I can mash up my birthday. But I would like this fucking shit to done because I want to shake a leg.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't go out
I
often.
don't
but
think everything. What I will say is. yeah,
option?
what I will
Listen,
say-
let me tell you
what I will
something,
say
yeah?
is- What
Let
I
me
will
tell you
say- what I
something.
will say
Go on,
is,
go on, go on.
like, after this is all done, like, I don't think anything's gonna be the same. Like the way we see the
Of
world
course
now.
not. It
The way
will
no,
not.
the way we see the world now, it's not gonna be the
Let
same.
me tell you something.
That's going to be
First
because of the
thing-
deaths.
Yeah,
Because
deaths.
we're a species, it's like, we don't believe it until we see it. Do
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? So the thing that's going to impact everything that's happened will be everything that we saw. Oh my God, everyone's at home.
Yeah.
And the reason that we can believe it is because it's actually on the news and people are not going work and the hospitals are full. Everything that we see is what we're going to remember. The shopping, oh, I went shopping and everything was mad. Blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I'm saying? Things are not going to be the same because people are going to be dead. And
They're
the reason you're going to know is because you're always going to know at least 4 or 5 people that
They're
died from it.
building up a law though, isn't it? They're building up a law where it's just a law for everyone.
It's
So
been built.
so
One New World
well,
Order.
yeah,
bruv.
that's it. Yeah.
It's been built, fam.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Everything's been planned, fam, for
Yeah.
a long time.
And you see when that happens, bro, like
Fam, it's
everything's
happening now.
Yeah, I know, but I see what I'm saying. When this is all over and dusted, everything's done with the coronavirus, and they bring out that bill, like, everything's gonna change. For young people especially.
It's not going to be a thing about where they're going to bring out a bill. They're not going to just decide one day, oh, here we go, guys, it's
I
a new
think-
government and we've got new laws.
Well,
it's
think
something
of-
that happens over time.
So-
New World Order means the order of the world.
Yeah.
So right now, you could say the New World Order is already happening because all over the fucking
Yeah,
world,
well, everyone's locked down, everyone's on
globally,
lockdown.
everyone is
So
going
lock-
in their
yeah.
yard.
Yeah,
That is
everyone's
a
on
New
lockdown,
World
yeah.
Order. They've organised us
Yeah.
and they've ordered us in a whole new way. They've controlled
Controlling,
everyone
yeah,
at
they
the
want
same
everyone to
time
be
with the same
controlled.
thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is. That's what they want. They want to be able to control with one thing. They want one religion, one source of power, one source of control, one point of control. That's what it's about. So right now, yeah, you're in your house and they're building up 5G and people are dead and they don't give a fuck who's dead, bruv. Do you get me? That's why people are going to be coming out and things are going to be different because people,
People
are
are
going to
gonna
lose
wake
people,
up. They
bro.
know people are gonna wake up though.
Definitely.
They're not gonna
Whether it's
stay
the
in
virus,
one-
whether it's 5G, all of that shit is going to be a myth because
It's
whatever it
definitely
is, we're
a
never
myth.
going to get told, yeah? But people are dying and people are going to lose people and that's going to be the most impacting thing about all of this. That's what you're going to remember the most. You're not going to remember the lockdown more than your uncle dying or your aunt, do you know what I mean? You're going to remember the deaths and there's going to be bare of them. And that's what's going to change things. Whether it goes good or bad, like, we don't know because humanity's fucked already, bro. Like, we're done out here as a collective.
We should have went on lockdown time ago.
Fact.
We should know. That's like we should have went down lockdown from when Italy and all of them places went on lockdown. Why are we still got shops
Do you
open?
know why? Because England and
But-
places like England and the USA, they think they're ahead of the game. They've
Yeah.
got money. They just
Yeah,
think that
Western.
they're better. They've got it like that. But that's the
When
thing
the
about-
numbers
that's
started
whether
going
this
up.
is 5G, whether it's Corona, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, at this point, what it is teaching us is that wealth doesn't mean nothing at this point. Sickness, death, it catches all of us. Like.
Well,
all
no,
of us,
that's-
all of us are on
disagree still.
lockdown. All of us are on lockdown.
We're all experiencing it exactly the same, no matter what's in our
It doesn't
pocket and
matter.
whatnot.
It doesn't matter. So this thing is teaching a lot of things. To a lot
What?
of
So you
people.
think? So
It's
you,
humbling us. It's equal. It's making everyone
As
feel
a
equal
society,
right now.
As a society, yeah. Because it don't matter how much money you have or what you do, yeah. Unless you're out there as a key worker, you're in your house. You are prone to this sickness. You are prone to this death. You are prone to everything. Yeah, these people that are out here with their self-employment and whatever, and they were doing great in life, and they're now struggling. There's so many things in this that are, it's humbling life all over, across the board, across the whole board.
Are you scared? Are you not scared?
no.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of
I'm
it.
not
Do you know what
scared.
it is? Do you know what? I'm not scared. Again, like I think, I think it's a lot of lessons for people. Because I think that I'm aware of a lot of things anyway, I don't think that it's very shocking for me. I think that
You're prepared. You're not scared, but you're
I'm
prepared.
mentally prepared.
Yeah.
I'm as mentally prepared as I can be for anything that's gonna come during this time, innit? Yeah, like it's a worrying time, yeah, generally, because as you say, people are dropping like flies all over the place and shit is happening.
The
Am I
numbers have gone up.
personally worried? No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Numbers have gone.
Power of the mind. I think that's what the main thing that's going to get people through this right now.
That too and everything.
Trust me.
Power of the
Camille's
mind.
frightened, yo. Hey, we never thought too much, but yo,
No, the way
I'm
it's
out here.
the way this whole thing's been set up. If you step out and you're outside, you'll get a fine. Fucking, if you can go for a jog for an hour, like there's nothing being enforced
no-
properly. Like they're not enforcing nothing properly. But when you go to places like Italy and Spain, you're seeing that people are.
But you've got to
only
remember, different countries have got
because-
different
yeah, I know.
laws, innit?
I know.
Different rights.
I know.
There's certain countries where you can't even have more than one child. That's how deep it is. You get what I'm saying? So
China, I don't
the
think
different
it's that.
ways. That's what I'm saying. So different in retrospect, yeah.
For
When it
China,
looks at that, you have to think there's different laws, so I can understand different lockdowns.
But it's foolishness because them countries, you can see that they care for their people. Do you get what I'm saying?
But it's also based on the laws and people's
I
rights,
know.
innit? So as much as it might
'Cause it's
look like
mad.
that, it might look like that.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it looks nice. Oh yeah, they care for us and da 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 da. They're paying for us to stay in because right now our laws are da 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 da. But the reality of it is,
All night.
it's costing them money to keep them in, and people don't want to be in, but they have to do that because that's the law. Like here, we're just getting constant. They're giving us the fear. They're implementing us in the UK and in the US and shit like that with fear because they can't keep us in by law. So they're trying to scare us in. So they're trying to make us do it by choice. So that's why we're getting a lot of the news and everything's about. We're getting a lot of the fear factor. Do you get what I'm saying? They're trying to scare us into our yards.
Instead of telling us,
Do you know what I
instead
mean?
of
So
saying it by law or whatever, they're just saying it would help.
like,
basically.
look, when Boris spoke, yeah, it was like for ages, like all day, everyone knew that he was going to speak at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And for how long? For weeks, for like 2 weeks
Yeah.
before that. It's like, Boris, what are you going to do? Da-da-da-da-da-da. So
Yeah,
by the time he
I
put
don't
it out
watch the
there,
news, I don't
8
know.
o'clock, I don't watch the news either, but even on
I
socials.
didn't even know it was a lockdown. Someone messaged
No,
me.
that's what I'm saying. He put, when I'm talking like when he put the lockdown.
Yeah,
so
I was
before
watching.
that, we've seen all these other countries on lockdown, and I could see on the social media. I don't watch the news, but social media, and like everyone's saying, "Why isn't Boris doing nothing?" So by the time it come down to him having that little 8 o'clock live thing that he had, even just that alone, it was apprehensive. Like it was anticipated for us. So even him just saying to stay in, we don't have to stay in, but because we've all been waiting for Boris to speak, and when he finally does speak, he's saying, stay in, it's had such an impact as if it was the law, but it's not. But it's just about how they do things, isn't it? Bare people stayed in after he said that, even though we don't have to. That's when shit got real. Like, people thought, well, Boris said it, so
It's the
we can go outside, man. But
I personally stay in my house for several reasons. I don't want to catch anything, whatever it is. I think that at a time like this, if there is something floating around, I don't want to be a carrier or contaminate. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
just keep your ass backside indoors, isn't it?
I keep my ass in my house. It's been 14 days.
I've been in my house for
I've been
18.
in for 16 days.
18.
But that's 16 days. That's from when I've said, all right, I'm staying in now because of this corona thing.
Yeah.
I've consciously been in for 16 days. But a good 2 weeks before that, and you probably,
Yeah.
no, only because you was going to work, but
Yeah.
because of all them stuff that's
Yeah.
happening, I've been in my house a good 2-3
Yeah, I know,
weeks
I know.
before that.
Before that.
Just chilling, doing my thing. So basically, like, for like 5 weeks, I've been in.
I don't personally leave my house very much.
Yeah, it's not really a
lockdown
difference.
I was just
Like,
going to work and going home.
This lockdown thing, it hasn't been a stress for me in terms of I can't leave my house.
No, it's the
your
fact.
work issue
no,
is
no,
the
no.
biggest thing that was.
Yeah,
for you,
My
innit?
work issue is one thing, and I think additionally for me, I just don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
Being told that you can't go out, that's what bugs you. That's what bugs
Yeah.
me.
I don't
The
want to
fact
go
that
out
Yeah,
because
I
they're
stay in
telling
my
me I
house,
can't.
but
It's like, hold on.
yeah, just like.
And people are going to start clocking that as well. It's
I never
just
went
foolish.
Morrison so much in my life when they told me that you can't go outside. Every minute.
Like, I got essentials to buy every day.
Listen, all that. Can't get the Maggies. It's called.
My essentials are not there.
Apparently they were
Oh my
supposed.
God.
Apparently you were supposed to ban the not NHS. Sorry, the alcohol.
Yeah, I heard this.
Yeah, I think that I looked that up when I saw that. Did you see it on Instagram?
No, someone put it on their Snapchat.
I looked it up on
That
generally,
NHS paper.
It didn't.
And then when I'm asking people, they're like, yeah, my friend went co-op and they said that they couldn't
Yeah,
buy
that's
the
what
drink.
he said as well. That's what it was.
Was it
He
your
said
people?
No, someone else.
So you said it's
no, someone else said that. No, fuck off. No,
Fake news.
Shut up, man. No, someone else said that
No,
to me as
joking,
well.
yeah.
He went co-op and he was like, bruv, the guy said that's it.
Yeah, no,
Was
it probably was the same. I don't think it was you that told
No,
it to be
boys
honest.
and
with you.
first.
Corner shop is selling liquor.
He's like, bruv, look, the Henny's dead.
Trust me. Literally.
Even still, if that was the case, I'm stocked up with alcohol. It's not an
And
issue.
even still, if that was the case, you see them little corner shops that they're selling you drink, fam. Like, it's only going to be the main
On
shops,
another-
the Tesco's and the Sainsbury's.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They can't do it, like, but you see all these, take
Turkish,
two,
right,
like,
Turkish.
Even then, I'll be honest, I could do without it, so
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm not even fussed about all of this.
That's my
The social distancing, like, how do you feel? Like, do you think it should be like that? People should be social
Yeah, I need my
distancing.
space.
I
I'm
think
saying
everyone
people-
needed space, innit?
But people are still doing social gatherings.
Yeah, look
I
at
Do you
don't
that.
understand?
care. I don't care for no one. Like, you're here for yourself, innit? Like, spread whatever you want. Like, I'm going to keep it real. I probably do believe it's the 5G thing.
Yeah,
So me
100%.
sitting here and talking about the social distancing, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, keep clean anyway. Not because Corona's here. Do you get what I'm saying? Keep clean fucking anyway. You see how I'm living my life? The only thing I'm not doing different right now is I'm not going out.
Yeah.
That is the realest thing. And I'm just staying in my house. Not because, oh, the government's telling me stay in my house. I'm doing it not because I think I'm going to get nothing. Because when I was going out, even when I first started quarantining, I'm going Morrison to that, I never had no fucking mask. I never had no gloves.
Yeah.
I never had no anti-bac. I weren't coming in my house and washing my hands every time I come in. I wasn't doing that stuff.
Yeah, it's
Do you
mad.
get what I'm saying? Because really and truly, when I come in my yard, on a normal day, I don't wash my hands as soon as I get in. I maintain a good hygiene, innit? Like, I keep myself clean. I wash before I eat. I wash before I cook and do you get what I mean? But I'm not coming in and doing all that. And I didn't change all that. But it's like, I'm staying in because no one else is going anywhere and there's nowhere else to go.
There's
Everything's
nothing to
shut.
do.
It's not
So
fine,
that's why I'm staying in. I don't mind doing it. I can stay in all day. I'm content in my own environment, innit? My own company.
Yeah.
I think ours is
Well, boy, listen. They said social distancing to do it in supermarkets or whatever. Apparently no supermarkets are doing it. The security's like, yeah, go on.
No, not the supermarkets happening.
My one.
They've been running. Are you together? Social distancing, bruv. You're in my face to tell me to back up. Let me shut up.
Yeah,
Why did it run up on me?
I'm being told that the security's just like, yeah, you want to go in? Cool, knock yourself out.
Go on. Just
They're not getting paid enough.
No, there's guys they're talking on the road and that. I'm like, yeah, 16. Sorry, mate, you gotta wait. I've got 17. So I'm just like, it's all right, mate. Just wait.
Got to take stand 2 meters apart, innit?
I think the social distancing has had a good impact though. Fuck the corona thing. I think maybe people needed time to like get back in their own energies, get to know themselves, find out who they really have, filter out your lifestyle, filter out your where you're distributing your energy in
clean
that.
your house, clear out
basic
clear out
things.
the energy in your house. Everything, all the things that you say that you're gonna do that you don't do, now's the time, man.
Because it might not be corona, but something is coming.
Yeah, and something is telling
It's
us that we need to
happening
do
now,
this
bro.
shit.
Yeah, it's happening. It's
We need
here.
to be
It's
doing
happening
this.
now. I'm hearing that birds and that are dying.
Because of the
The
5G,
radiation, yeah, the radiation,
nigga.
yes.
They're in the trees and that. Have you
It's
seen them take the tree, nigga? Have you seen the tree? No, the tree's dead to the bark. The bark's peeled off the tree. All that's left is the core and sticks.
Birds are dying, fam. Look at you
Listen.
with the hand. This girl is just funny, bro.
And you've got to remember also, you see, this is why I believe the 5G thing, because you see different species hear things on different frequencies, like dogs hear different frequencies. Like you see the birds thing, the birds are on a much different frequency to us as well. I don't know, like say like you see like how dolphins are on a way off frequency, birds are on a way off one as well, and a lot of birds are just falling out of the sky.
It's mad.
So have you seen a lot of them on the ground?
The weather.
Yeah, I've seen them when I'm walking. There was a merchant outside my house.
Do your research on this, bro. Do your research.
I know she thinks she saw. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
I've seen loads.
I would just like to know, you lot are basically giving me information, right? So I would like to ask you some questions, isn't it? So you're telling me the bird them are dead,
They are.
right? So,
They are.
okay. Have you seen any birds?
Yeah,
No.
loads.
Okay, so you have. You haven't. Where have you seen them?
He's taking the piss.
Outside my yard, fam.
So
I
the
did them
birds
on
are
the
just
floor like this.
dropping outside your neighbours. Now that's something serious.
And it's the 5G, it's the 5G, B. No, I'm joking. I haven't seen any live dead birds, but I've seen snaps. I've seen a lot of snaps of people that I know are not like fakes out there, but people that I know that are like, bro, look at this dead bird. There's been birds dropping, bro. Come on, man, we can laugh about it now, but in a month's, 2 months' time,
I'm gonna laugh.
what are we gonna do? A month ago, we was all like, oh my god, coronavirus, mask, and now everyone's like 5G. So in a, yeah, go on.
Hello. You said live dead bird. What is it?
Thank you. You got this smoking up the
Why are you drawing me out on the birds, girls? Because she brought up the birds, you know. Why are you drawing me out on the birds? No,
It's because I didn't want you to get in your feelings that we're laughing at this whole 3G shit or 5G shit. Do you know what I mean? We're laughing at the simple fact that you said live dead bird.
she said the birds. She said about the birds. She mentioned the birds. I haven't seen them in the flesh, like in 3D, but I have seen a lot of videos.
And do you know
I'm
what?
gonna
The
Google
story, it makes sense. It makes sense.
The 5G is dead in
This
the birds.
coronavirus thing
Dead
is
in
just
all of us.
this coronavirus.
Any
just saying-
organism, it's fucking us up.
Them saying this coronavirus is just a scapegoat. Like it's just it's fake.
Even down to just the
Fake.
iron that's in our blood.
Fake.
Iron is metal. The radioactive
fake.
waves, they have an
It's
effect
fake.
on
They're
us.
telling
Enough,
people
it's
that
fake.
it's coronavirus. when more time it's like-
She's just right. The iron in you is fake. The blood is
Everything
fake.
is fake.
Everything.
Hey, listen, I'm putting it out there, yeah. What you lot do, yeah, get yourself some iodine tablets. I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to distribute facts, but better be safe than sorry. The same way you ran out to get masks when they said it was corona, and they gave you that warning, you all got
Wear
masks
gloves,
and gloves.
yeah.
Well, now people are saying that it's radiation, so you're not going to protect yourself from that because you can't see it. Like, listen, I'm telling you, iodine pills, stay in your house, the radiation struggles to get through the bricks. Yeah, just, I'm going to survive. Power of the mind, vibrate high, meditate, eat a high alkaline foods, you know what I'm saying?
What?
All that shit. Come on,
Wash,
man.
wash.
I want to send you a couple more things.
Wash,
You know what I mean?
wash.
And I didn't just sit here and wait for everything to come through my WhatsApp. I actually went on the internet and didn't just look at 5G coronavirus. I looked at
The
5G
voice notes,
and
not gonna lie.
I looked up the 5G.
Not gonna lie, the voice notes. My cousin's sister works in the police station.
You're done. You're done.
And they're saying that there's gonna be a lockdown.
Who sent you this? My brethren's brethren. Alright. Alright. tutus now. 12 hours later, there's 1,000 of them. Tanks and that.
It's madness. The quarantine time, not gonna lie, it's just...
It's all about love,
It's
man.
love,
Unity.
innit?
Power in numbers, man. Power in numbers. Right now, a small amount of numbers are controlling a high amount of numbers. When really and truly a high amount of numbers need to be taking control of a high amount of numbers. That's the facts. F4Qs.com.
Come on!
Woo, 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 woo. Yeah?
Yes.
Real shit.
Alright, I'm a head out.
She's catting for a
Sit the
fight.
fuck down. Sit the fuck down for 2 seconds. We're going to wrap this up.
You know that? Alright, I'm a head out.
I've got a headache, man. My do-rag's too tight. I smoked too much weed. I've drunk more
See,
drinks
these
than I
two
can
play
count.
these 3, sorry. Puff, puff, give, nigga.
Alright, on your sterling. Mate. You was trying to dead me, bro. Fuck coronavirus. I've been coughing hard off that too. I swear, done.
Shit, then.
No, but yeah, thanks for tuning in.
It's been a
Make sure
pleasure.
you've watched the first episode. You might have just watched this episode today. Go back and watch the introduction episode.
Yeah,
It's our quarantine edition. Yeah.
Been fun, guys.
You get me?
So next
Wash
time,
your hands.
check out the Instagram, the website. All of us individuals.
Like, subscribe,
do it all, do it all.
Like it,
We'll
like
do
it,
all
like